I can never forget what the Lord has done for me and what He has brought me through and what He has brought me from. I can't. I can't allow myself. I don't think I will even allow myself to even forget. I just can't. It's not the fact that the memory of things is there, where the alcoholism or the drugs or the men and like all this kind of stuff is there. That is not it. It's just the memory of what it was like going through it, and especially me remembering it now. Certain things, everything I don't remember, but the most important thing is the memory of what God did when He brought me up, what it felt like, because I have like this, I get this picture of what it was like of Him, and it constantly plays in my mind like a rerun, what He's done for me, because He extended His mercy, grace out to me when everyone else basically threw me away, when everybody else, even myself, I didn't want to be, I thought it would be better if I wasn't even here, you know, and He picked me up and He came and found me. And I look at my life, how drastic I was from like 15 years ago when I first started, like how drastic I am. And I thank Him for it, because without Him taking me through the process and me saying yes, I it would have never happened. And that's why when I tell people my testimonies, I let them know you have to admit the truth. You have to say yes. No matter what it is, you have to admit that you have a problem. You have to admit all this stuff. You have to, in order for you to overcome, in order for you to start, in order for you, because for one, in order for God to do a work in you and through you, you have to say, give Him yes. You have to say yes. He has to start with something. That's what people don't understand. You can sit there and pray and ask God to deliver you. And I'm not saying He can't do it. But if it's not in your will, if you don't want to quit, God is not going to force you to quit. That's what I'm talking about. See, a lot of people got it wrong. And even when it comes deliverance, God is not going to deliver you from something that you don't want to let go. I don't care if you got an entity in you. What do you think is keeping you bound? There are certain things that's keeping you bound. The reason why that gave that enemy that foot in that door, that's why it's there. You have to let it go in order to be set free. So you have to release some things. Even if you don't want to, you have to let it go in order to be set free. You have to change your mindset with a lot of things. Like I said, it's not easy. When I didn't have nobody. The only person I did have was the Lord. That is it. I had no one. Majority of my life, I have had no one. So when people act like you have to have a support system, support yourself. It is not easy. No, it's not. But so if you don't have nobody to support you, be your own cheerleader. Be your own rah-rah person. I don't care if you got to go and buy some pom-poms. Go do that. I don't care if you have to stand in the mirror and tell yourself every day something. Do that. Because if you sit back and, like I told somebody many, many years ago, if you sit back waiting for someone to tell you that you're this or you that or you're beautiful, whatever, you're going to be sitting there waiting a long time. Self-esteem and all that, like I was telling them, it's called self-esteem. But when it comes to you doing something on your own, that's why you have to do it. Especially when it comes like that. If you don't have a support system, support yourself. 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 Okay? You do it yourself. Like I said, it's not easy. So therefore, the reason why God has a lot of people doing that, and it's not only you, it's Him as well, because when everything comes out, nobody can say that they helped you. That is why, because He's going to get the glory. You need to understand why. Nobody can't say that they helped. It doesn't matter if they try to. It is a fact the fact that they didn't, that is a fact. They didn't. They did not contribute to anything involving my life where the Lord has set me free from anything. They were not there. They did not help. They didn't go through the nights that I went through crying and screaming and all that kind of stuff and all that. They didn't go through none of that. They didn't go through none of the stuff even when I went through it. So the only person who was there was the Lord. That's what I'm talking about. And you want to know what? He's going to get the glory. Why? Because it was him who did it. So that's why you got to understand why certain things happen the way it does. Everybody's life is not the same, and he using people differently. Everybody don't have the same calling upon their life. Everybody's not the same. So maybe a lot of people, and a lot of us, honestly, I'm gonna add me in this. Maybe we need to stop asking why. I stopped asking why many, many years ago, but I'm gonna include myself in this. Stop asking why. Don't ask why. You don't need an explanation to why. Stop asking why. And just say, Lord, show me. You don't need to know an answer why. A lot of things that happen, honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, you will never know the truth. Even when people do things against you, you will never know. Because why? They're not gonna tell you the truth. There'll be things that God will show you, even the truth about. And people are gonna tell a story. I mean, they're not gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna put it like that. Even though you were shown the truth. And they're not gonna tell you the truth. So the point is, a lot of times you don't, long as you know the truth for yourself, I'm gonna put it like this, no matter what it is, don't worry about what anyone else says or even thinks, because there are many, many people out there with their own versions of things. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the truth. Like I even said this, and I was talking to God about this. This is what I know, and this is what I believe. Everybody has their own story. And when I tell my complete story, I don't want it be it as my truth. I don't believe it in my truth. I believe it in my story. But the thing is, the only truth is the Lord Jesus. And that's the way how I believe, because everybody has an opinion. I don't believe the way how the world believes is what I'm saying. So when you say like my truth, that's like an opinion. So everything that I will be speaking basically about my life will be my side of my story about what happened. It's not about my truth. It's not about that. It's about the virgins that happen in my life, the events that happen in my life that's going to glorify the Lord. Because why? He is the way, he is the truth, and he is the life. He is. Like I said, it's not easy. And I'm not going to lie to nobody. It's not easy. And I'm not perfect. And I know for a fact the Lord is going to be working on me to the day he has me to come home, whenever that'll be. And I am not going to make it to where I think I am too good to help anybody, or think that I'm better, because I know God left some thorns in my side. The Lord left some things. The Lord left some cracks. Why? So I can remember where he brought me from and where he brought me from. And I'm glad that he did, because I don't ever want to forget where he found me and where he brought me from and where he's taken me to.